All right, Barroom Network, weekend sports betting tips. Tooch, Mr. Sean Higgs, going to give out some free plays, talk some football. We got college football playoff tonight and tomorrow. We got one game tonight, 3 games tomorrow. We got NFL Week 16, some playoff implications and some games. You know, for the most part, a lot of road favorites in the NFL this weekend. Look, last week you had a nice winner with Ravens -8 first half versus the Giants. Nice play.
And again, it's what I thought. Steelers on deck. You think they jump out early? Although we needed it late. It came in real late. Was it like 20 seconds left in the first half? They kind of punched one in there, but and listen, that's the way it goes sometimes. We get some lucky breaks. Sometimes we miss it by the hook, like total. You just missed out on that one.
Yeah, my total got hooked, 47, and I had 46.5. Also, I forgot how much I liked whoever's playing the Bears in the first half. So it's like this weekend I would still like the Lions -3.5 versus the Bears.
The Bears, so I got the little owner Bears 5 wins there. I think SportsGrid or someone commented on. I got to come back to my hot take from August.
Keeping the receipts.
And so I was like, what? Let me run through these. It was August 20th. It had bookmarks on it, and it had a lot of views, 31,000 views on it. And people are like, who's this guy? What is this? This guy's crazy. We'll have 5 wins in the first 6 games.
Yep.
So I had to troll through like 20 posts to be like, Merry Christmas. Happy Kyle Tucker season. How's your head coach?
I
did tell people to take the Bears this week. I know we're going to talk about that game, but
not wearing my Bears gear. I am wearing my Bulls gear though because we had a nice win over the Celtics last night. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, nice win. Yep. But let's get into a little college football playoffs. We got one game tonight in Indiana getting 7 at Notre Dame. Look, this game, there should be plenty of Hoosiers fans in the stands in Notre Dame, man. 7 seems big here, but look, the defense is a lot better on one team than on the other. I don't know. Normally in these games, I would like to take a dog here, Sean. You got a nice coach in his was it first or second year there?
His first year. He just came over.
Yeah. Signetti with former Crimson Tide assistant under Saban. They're 11-1. Notre Dame also 11-1. Indiana, their only loss coming at Ohio State a couple weeks ago. Was it around the week before Thanksgiving, I think, and then Notre Dame, man, they've rolled off 10 in a row, man. So, look, a game against Army wasn't even close. We thought Army might have a chance to keep that one close. 48-14 loser. Yep.
It's a spot where everybody's on Notre Dame. Excuse me, everybody is on
Indiana.
They love it, right? This is the Indiana State Championship game here, right?
Yeah.
So it's close. You're going to have some Hoosier fans will definitely be in the house, even though it's Notre Dame's the home team, whatever the case may be. But you got to kind of look at just the overall. Okay, right? This was the argument coming to who they play. Why is SMU in there, not Alabama? They had a better schedule and this and that. Okay, I that matters when I look at it as, and I'm trying to get my words right here. I don't know how to word this because I was for Indiana making it. You beat the teams you play, and that's that. If it was an SEC team, or if, like I said, if it was Nebraska or Michigan, Michigan State even, any other team, Wisconsin, there'd be no argument they should be in there. But since it's out of the blue Indiana, there's questions. You didn't beat anybody. Where's your strength of schedule? Where's your SMU strength of schedule? This is where I think it'll come into play now. Like you played, Notre Dame's been there. Recruit-wise, normally when they're getting trucked out of the playoffs, it's against an SEC team. It's against Clemson, who's at peak form Clemson. Like this is not a team like that. It's not on that kind of level. Maybe in 2 years it will be. Maybe he'll start getting some guys and he'll be able to bridge the gap, because we saw when they played Ohio State, how they looked. Not really a fair kind of matchup. They were getting double digits. How'd that work out for them? I think that's going to kind of play out here tonight. I think, your depth and your talent's going to separate a little bit. It might be close for a little bit, Let's be honest. Indiana be pumped up to get there. We got something to prove. The coach is a big chip on the shoulder kind of guy. Who are we? I get all that. I just think Indiana more talent. It's flat 7. I like the under. I put the under out the other day at 52. It's down to 50.
Yep.
You like it?
Yep.
Time?
I like the under as well.
You want to do like a 6 or 7 point teaser with Indiana and tease it down? Sure. You want to go not Indiana, excuse me, Notre Dame and pick them, or a 1, whatever you want to do
with the under.
Teaser. And you can put like Ohio State in there, because I think that's another public dog in Tennessee. He's giving Ohio State a fair shake. And I know we'll get to that one, but this one here, I like Indiana. I actually grabbed an alternate on it at a 14. It was some crappy like plus 250 or something. 24 to 10, 27-13 or something. I mean, I could see it being a double-digit game here for Notre Dame. Will not shock me. I think their defense is right up there. Probably Texas is, the way Texas has been playing their defense at least. Offense been a little sketchy of late, trying to put points on the board. But
we'll talk about that game in just a few minutes.
Yeah. I'm an Irish guy tonight. Let's go. Fire me up a little. That's kind of like what's Irish and stays out all night? Patio furniture. Let's go Notre Dame.
Jeremiah Love, the talented running back of Notre Dame, expected to play. He's dealing with a leg injury. He'll play. Riley Leonard, the quarterback, healthy as well. Indiana deal with a couple injuries on their offensive line, so I would lean towards Notre Dame as well. I mean, like you said, the talent gap is just a little bit different.
And that's where it's just going to kind of separate as the game progresses. I think, if you think a team's going to win, and I do, my thought is that it'll just kind of wear down. We saw with this Florida game. Yep. 6-0. And now what is it? What's the final? I don't even know what the final is.
26-0, I think. 33-6, sorry. 33-6, yeah.
So they kind of pulled away late, which you expect. You got a backup quarterback for Tulane, who by the way, the quarterback was a Oregon 5-star recruit, by the way, and he couldn't beat out a redshirt freshman here. But again, you just see kind of like the depth. Teams start having guys leave, and the talent. There's a clear difference, and I think from Indiana to Notre Dame, there's a couple wins don't mean nothing. That's fine. Let's see how transpires here now.
Yeah, I mean, Florida over 500 yards of offense in this game against Tulane.
Yeah, but not a lot of scores. I mean, the kid threw a couple touchdowns. I mean, like a couple interceptions.
222 yards rushing. They did most of the damage on the ground.
Not a lot of scoring, though. Like, where's the – I mean, field goals.
Yep.
Second quarter, this total was 39.5.
You had a defensive touchdown as well.
It barely got over.
Yep.
And that was the in-game 39.5. I don't even know if it was going to end up there. Who knows? I don't.
Yeah.
Again, I don't have 33 dates, so it got over that 39.5 here, but you needed every bit of it because you just scored with however long left in this game. I mean,
yeah.
Look at this.
I love the quarterback on the Hoosiers, like Curtis Rourke. Man, he's just a beast, man. He's been so good. That's the one X factor. Riley Leonard has been really good too since coming over from Kansas, Duke. I'm sorry, since coming over from Duke. Rourke is a little bit of an X factor, but I think the talent is going to be a little bit too much to overcome. I think I mean, Signetti really has to pull out some stops, defensively to deal with this offensively and defensively. SMU at Penn State. Number seems a little big, but Penn State has been, making teams pay. But SMU not too bad past a successful season for them, Sean.
And real successful. I mean, this is typical Penn State, and this is why they expand the playoffs. So your Penn States can get in. Your 3-loss SEC teams can get in. Penn State's going to lose to Michigan and Ohio State every year, and probably now start losing to Ohio State as well.
Yep.
So they'll be 10-3 or whatever it is, 9-3, however their record comes out, and they'll get a playoff spot. And are they 9 points better? I don't know. I know the knock is SMU. Oh, SMU's not good. All right. Well, they were AAC champs. Now they come into the ACC and win. Yep. Well, these teams are bad, or or they weren't.
They played Clemson down to the wire, 31-34 loss. No shame there.
Yeah, you got out. You got a little outplayed there, but it's fine. But is SMU that bad? Like, this is I equate this to, like, not that Michigan State's good this year, but they're on that. They're not a bad team.
Yeah.
Who's Penn State to be given 9?
Yeah. Well, look,
I haven't seen them beat. They've never beat a good team, which they have to. If they get past SMU, then you're going to have some top 5 teams they're going to have to play, and he's never beaten them.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the wins that SMU has had this season. They beat TCU, they beat Florida State, they won at Louisville, they won at Duke. They beat Pitt, Virginia, Cal. Cal's pretty good defense. And then before losing to Clemson, that was 9, rattled off 9 straight wins. Penn State, on the other hand, like you said, who have they beaten? They lost at Oregon. Yeah, they hurt Maryland, 44-7. They almost lost at Minnesota three games ago.
Yeah, but like I said, Maryland. Where is Maryland? SMU has 10 wins, and they're in the playoffs, and they were good last year. They won their division, their conference, smaller conference. How would you? I mean, 26-25 Minnesota, as you said. I mean, they crushed Purdue and Washington are bad kind of team. Washington on the road, should have been a win anyway. You're a 17-point favorite. Wisconsin 28-13. Are these guys Wisconsin-esque? Are they Illinois? Is it a 21-7 game? I think they might be. I think they could be a little better or as good or better than Illinois. Player prop, my guy. Him and Foster's in house. Good to see you, fellas. Haven't seen in a bit. Yeah, I want to take the 9. I haven't played it.
I like having 9 points in my pocket, I'll tell you.
That's hardy enough for a backdoor to come into play here again. Yep. I mean, it's 10 points. Let's be honest. It's 10. You're gonna give me 10 points. I need 1 to get within the number. If they're down. 17, 18. It's whatever. It's gonna be. Right. What time is this game tomorrow? This is the early game.
Actually, it's 9:30 now. This game is
noon game.
Yeah, noon Eastern. So 11 a.m. here.
That's wonderful. I think that's better for SMU. It's an early start time. They're used to that. They play in the Central. They're used to an early start time. It's not the bright lights at night. The fans aren't drunk or too crazy. I mean, I know it's going to be like the whiteout game and stuff like that. I like SMU. I won't be shocked if SMU wins this one outright. I mean,
give me the points.
Like as we said, they lose to Ohio State and Oregon, 2 good teams. You know they're going to lose to a good team.
Yep.
They play other teams kind of tough. You're giving me 10, basically? Sure. Yep. I'll take the SMU.
Yep. Any thoughts on the total?
No, I'd probably lean under. It's
me too.
Playoffs.
Yep. That's a lot of points, 53.5.
They're good teams, but they're more defensive kind of team. I think Penn State's more defensive than offensive.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, looking at it's 53.5 now and 9.5. So line change. All right, we both like SMU plus 9.5. Clemson at Texas, 12.5 feels big.
This is more than this. This is higher. Is
it higher now?
There's some 13s at 13.5. Yeah, you got the wrong number on this guy.
Well, I mean, I filled these in about an hour ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's on the move. You're saying.
Yeah, I saw. I was watching Vinny Mayula and those guys, and they were up to 13s, 13.5s. I mean, I see a 12.5. I guess it kind of came down, but they said this might get up.
BetMGM's got 11.5 now.
I sort of like Clemson out of the game. I'm like, you're going to give me 11, 12 points with Clemson. Again, you're getting up to 13 spots. Part of me wants to get Clemson. Like, that's a coach. I didn't think they'd have a good team this year, but he's a guy who was like, well, now I'm in a playoff, and you're going to give me – this is what you think of my team? I mean, he's good enough to offset Sark's – Texas got the talent.
Yep.
But the coaching edge, I think, is with Clemson and Dabo.
Yep.
So I want to see where this one goes because it was 11. I saw it was 13 and a half before. I know, and then it might come down back 12 and a half, as you said, 11s. So
yeah, I mean,
I like the points.
Clemson's got some talent, man.
But then again, you look at if you look at Clemson overall, you're like, oh boy, like where, they got trucked up by Georgia right out of the gate.
Yep.
It's like you lost to Louisville. The South Carolina loss, they thought they're going home. He's packing bags. He's like, I'm hitting a recruiting trail, and then Miami wets the bed. Yeah. So you lose to two SEC teams, you're going to get a little knock against you. And sure enough, you get the big double digit. But I think this might be too much.
I think so too.
And your viewers know, you know, I'm always going to be going toward the dog most of the time.
Yep. Well, I mean, college basketball this season, I've been all dog. I'm taking the points this year. I can pick the favorites fine. But I've been having some success picking dogs more this season, just at least in the early season for college basketball. Any thoughts on the total? Maybe teaser with the Clemson plus thought on the total. The number for the total seems really sharp to me. I think.
I think it's going to be an under. I mean,
I think it'll be an under too.
Texas, what do we see out of Texas? 22-19. That they shouldn't even have lost that game. They were kicking field goals. 17-7 the game before that.
Yeah, both these teams have been under teams. 4 and 8 to the under last 12. Both teams 8 and 16.
What are we doing over here for? I don't like the over.
Yep, I like the under as well.
I'll tell you what, this game goes over. Clemson's either winning this one or this is like a 3-point game. Because it's not Texas winning 48-10. I mean, this is the same playing in a blizzard where it's like some kind of
This is Texas Memorial Stadium. Is that
that's it, it's Texas home.
That's Austin, Texas home. Okay. I just wasn't sure what the name was now, but Tennessee, Ohio State. Tennessee getting 7. I don't know. My initial thought is the under on this game.
Because Tennessee, you take away their Kent State and their early non-conference games, they play in the SEC and their scoring comes down. No, we're not taking Tennessee. Don't take Tennessee.
No,
thank you.
I like
non-conference 600 yards a game and 60 points a game. In conference 400 yards and 25 points. No, thank you. And on the road, I saw these guys. Would they beat Oklahoma 23-10 or something? I mean, no way.
Mm-hmm.
Not a chance. I'm looking to take Tennessee. And honestly, Ohio State. This guy better win this. He better win this game. He better win this one. You've lost to Michigan now, and we talked about this 2 weeks ago when it happened.
Yep.
It's one thing you win by 2 or 3 points as a 20-point fave. Losing it outright to a team that's a shell of itself with no quarterback, that's an embarrassing loss. They're calling for the guy's head. Now, lucky for him, he's got the playoffs because even though he lost to Michigan, lost to Oregon, didn't even get to a Big Ten championship game, he's got a shot to get to a semis, and he can say, hey, at least we got to the semis.
Yeah.
And look at this, 25-15 at Oklahoma, lost 19-14 at Arkansas, lost to Georgia 31-17. I mean, he beat Vandy at the end of the year, but it's Vanderbilt.
Yep.
And you're going to tell me you're going to come in here and beat Ohio State? I don't think so.
Yep.
I don't think so. I like Ohio State. I think everybody's going to – Tennessee's like the Indiana. Everybody's going to be like, oh, here comes the SEC. I don't want Tennessee playing in Ohio State in December. That's not a Tennessee. That's not an SEC win.
Little number movement here is up to 7.5 now.
Yeah, it makes sense. You'll see. They'll move these around where there won't be these teams, these South teams. No. They'll be in domes playing in Atlanta. They'll be playing in the Superdome. They'll be in some kind of dome place. They'll be neutrals. They're not going to let them go Hey, here comes Alabama up to Michigan. That ain't happening. Oh, Georgia's going to Oregon. Okay, that's happening. And nasty wet Georgia in Oregon. That ain't no way. No way. These guys lose up here. They'll be switching those to neutral. It'll be all neutrals pretty soon. So they gotta. The SEC needs to be out on top. Once these guys get trucked here, you'll hear the talk. I don't know why they gotta have a home field. That's it should be on a neutral. It's a playoff game.
So, yeah, Tennessee's got with the talented freshman quarterback starting. Give me the veterans of Ohio State. And this one, I'm almost suspicious of a 7.5 number. Where I'll take the dog there, getting an extra half point there. But usually you lean toward taking the favorite there when it's 7.5.
It was always around 7.5. It was always 7.5, 8. Like most of these lines, even the Penn State, like they were all almost the same. Although the Clemson line was the big one there, but
I lean under in this game too. 46. Both these teams play.
Tennessee can't score on the road.
Slow pace. Ohio State been having trouble offensively as well. To me, the best play in this game is the under, but I would take Ohio State -7.
I mean, if you look at Ohio State's season, Tooch, they've given up more than 14 points. Actually, they've given up more than 17 points once, and that was to Oregon on the road, 32-31.
Yep.
13, 15, 7, 0, 13, 17, 7, 7, 14, 0, 6.
Yep. Tennessee. I wonder what the team total of Tennessee is. Might look at a team total under here. You're looking at an implied
team total at
more of
22.5. Are you kidding me? 22.5? No, excuse me. That's first half team total. I'm sorry. That was
first half total.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't have a team total in front of me. Sorry. I was like, 22 points.
I think I might take a Tennessee team total under here.
What are you showing?
Even first half under, with maybe you figure there's some nerves playing into Columbus, from Nico and Nico and
first quarter unders 10. Like, is this game going to be 7-0 in for? You're telling me both these guys are marched down in the field and scoring in the first quarter and make it 7-7 or 7-3. I don't see that.
Let me see what we got here for the half. Let's see. Team totals. Yeah. Tennessee team total under 17.5 -105. So if you think Ohio State's going to hold Tennessee to 17 or less, that's the number. 18.5.
I definitely like the game to go under. Overall, I mean, 46 points. It'll probably be right around. It'll probably be like around a 26-20, 27-20 kind of game. It'll probably be close to that.
Yeah, 22.5 under first half. First quarter under 9.5.
Really? I got a 10. Which site's that?
DraftKings under 9.5 +120. So the number's probably 10.5 then.
I got a 10.5 here. Actually, a flat 10 right now. Bet online at 10 -120.
Yep. All right, so game total under, best play here, Ohio State -7. Also the play. I'm looking at a team total under 17.5 here too for Tennessee. Yeah,
I like the under, so yeah.
Yep. All right. We got Saturday NFL. So this line, and you sent it out. You gave it to me a while back. Chiefs +2.5, I think, or you sent it a while back. Chiefs +2.5 at home. Now Patrick Mahomes is playing. He's got his ankle all taped up, ready to go. Numbers -3.5 now. Good thing we grabbed it.
And so when he got hurt on Sunday, I had grabbed a 3.5. I'm like, you're going to be 3.5. And
wow.
And sure enough, Monday it flipped.
Yep.
And it was 2.5 threes. So I came back. So I have a nice 6-point area here. And I can't believe it. Forget about moving back to 2 and then to 2.5 to 3 to 3.5. It keeps going up, which is insanely like. I thought right off the bat, there's no way he's playing. Why? You're playing Christmas.
Yep.
You're playing on Christmas. Give him a break. I mean, for you to get leapfrogged by the Bills, you'd have to lose to the Texans, to the Steelers, and to the Broncos.
Yeah.
Well, And they're last week against them. If they win this one, and that's their thinking. I mean, Andy Reid's probably like, let's go out and win, because that's been my thing with him, right? Like, you think Andy Reid's gonna be like, fellas, can we get a complete game from both sides of the ball and give us a nice, easy, comfortable win one time? He's probably like, whatever. Their mindset is just win a game. They don't care about covering, right? We know this. They just go and, all right, if it's close, we win. We'll pull it out. Who cares?
Yeah.
I said this was it last week after the Raider game, because I thought they'd really beat the Raiders good off of nearly losing to the Panthers. They nearly lost to the Raiders. Then last week, What was the Doink game, right? I mean, like, and I had them laying a 3 or 4, maybe, I think, to the Chargers. I'm like, after that, now you got 2 games you could have lost to Carolina and Raiders. Now maybe we're going to play with a little urgency. Like, let's get it right. No. When they were lined up for a field goal, I said to myself, why don't you just punch it in? You could miss it. Guys have been missing field goals all year. It started out good. Like the Cowboy guy was hitting from like 53. People were like, oh my goodness, move the field goals back. Now Tucker's missing a field goal every game. You're on a backup kicker. He hits it off the thing. I was hoping for him to lose. And not just because I had him, and they weren't going to cover the game. Just from the fact of, you got a backup kicker and you've seen these other kickers missing. Why not just punch it in and just make it no doubt it's a win? So here's another spot. Are they going to play the field goal game? Like after you saw your guy nearly miss it from the 1-yard line, are you going to score a touchdown instead of settling for a field goal?
Yep.
And I got no love for the Texans. I was down on Texans all year. I'm like, everyone's going to be on Texans. Give me the Colts.
Yep.
We have a dome team. Here we go. We're coming on to the elements. Kansas City in December. It's not Green Bay. It's not 5 degrees and wind.
It's cold. Plenty cold on Sunday.
It's plenty cold.
Yeah.
And listen, Stroud's an Ohio State guy, so it's not a big deal. But it's still you're coming out.
Yep.
KC and Green Bay to me are good home fields, especially this time of year.
Oh yeah.
It plays right into how they play defense.
And they're giving me points with the Chiefs at home.
Yeah,
I know they played a lot of close games.
I still like the Chiefs here at this number.
Yep.
And it's crazy because Tooch, I hate saying like, well, they have to. They're due to play a good game. They're always right there to cover, and it's like, oh, let's kick a field goal instead. Oh, we're gonna get an intercept. It's the scariest part about this is that they have one loss and they've played like garbage. They could be 6-7 instead of 13-1 or whatever they are. It's ridiculous.
6-8 against the spread on the season. 13
likes the Texans. Come on, Foster. I mean,
it's pretty tough to win at Arrowhead. Look, when I said, I think it was on the show, we talked with Anthony, or maybe it was just you and me, but if I thought, and I did think that the Chiefs weren't going undefeated, the game they're going to lose was in Buffalo, man. And they were favored, and Buffalo won outright. It's handed them their only loss so far this season. And there wasn't another game on the schedule I saw that the Chiefs would lose. So that was a winner for me. Buffalo +2, or Buffalo -2.5 in that game. This one, the Texans have to keep it within keep it within a field goal to win this one. I don't know if they can. I mean, the Chiefs have been doing all year on defense. But give me an under in this one, man. This game feels like 20-14.
I got a 44 on it for me for the under.
Yeah.
On the
it's really come down. Yeah.
Again,
would you push back on this number?
On what, the 41?
41.5. Yeah.
To go over it? No.
No. Okay.
I'm not playing for no. Because this game could be 17-10 and not even sniff 30. I mean.
Yep.
I don't. We don't. Who's
2014, 17-10, 2013, something like that. 21-13.
Someone midday money was like, "Oh man, you got to take D-Hop props. He's back. He's gonna." I'm like, this guy's got his ankle taped up. I really don't think Andrew's gonna be like, "Yeah, let's hang out in the backfield here. Hopefully, you don't get sacked or hurt, and try to feed Hopkins versus old team." I don't think that's anything is even remotely. Maybe they'll throw for a touchdown pass. I get it. They're not going out of their way for their quarterback to get hurt because the Texans are going to be after him. Be like, get on him. It's cold. Hit his leg.
They're going to be running. Running the ball.
They're going to want to hit. Let's be honest. You got a bad foot. We're going to tackle you, and we're going to put all of our weight down on your leg. We're not trying to hurt you, but we're gonna make you feel it.
It is low. I mean, I think it's over 3.5 receptions, and I can see where they're coming from because the Chiefs play a lot of man coverage. I think they're one of the top teams, top 5 in man coverage, and Hopkins is a man beater. His best numbers come against man defense, man coverage. So I could see maybe over 3.5.
I don't hate it, but I'm not looking to be like, that's a great play.
Nope.
No, how's it a great play? Their offense is stalled all season long. Now we're gonna wake up with they worried about him not playing on Monday. He wasn't playing.
Yeah. Yep. I've been looking at Pacheco props, maybe Pacheco over rushing attempts. I think that's a pretty darn good play on this one. I know you didn't hit it last week, but they're going to be handing the ball off to.
I think so.
Yeah.
They're playing on Wednesday at the Steelers. I know the Bills game was a spot for them to get tripped up. You're playing the Bills on the road.
5 days later.
On the road or not. I mean, that's a tough spot. And the Steelers' second half schedule is real tough because they're playing Cleveland twice. And they went 1-1. They got Cincinnati twice. They got Baltimore twice. You got the Chiefs in there. I mean, that's not some cupcake.
That game on Christmas Day is what's the team that plays at the Ravens? Kansas City or Broncos?
Kansas City's playing the Steelers at Pittsburgh on Christmas Day.
Hey, the Steelers. I'm sorry. I thought it was AFC. No, yeah, the Steelers on Christmas Day.
And then it's
we already played the Chiefs. First game of the season was the Ravens.
Yeah. And then these guys play the two Saturday guys are playing on Christmas. Baltimore versus Houston.
So we've got Sean and I have the Steelers or Chiefs at plus money, but at 3.5 you still like it.
I do. I think, and again, I think this is more of a spot for them to win, lock in a win, because then in Pittsburgh it's not a desperate kind of game because you lose this one, you have to win a pit. You're playing for all the marbles because you lose the tiebreaker.
Yep.
I'm not saying they lose to Denver. I mean, but anything's possible. Who knows what happens?
Yep. When these two teams have played at Arrowhead, last 2 times it's been a blowout for the Chiefs. Last time they played was in 22, an overtime win for the Chiefs, 30-24. The other Saturday game tomorrow, Steelers getting 7 at the Ravens. Over under 44.5. I don't like the Steelers offense situation right now. With no George Pickens, they seemed to struggle last week. Just generally on offense, there's no deep threat. Teams are able to play over the top on them. Ravens covering 7 points, division game at home. I mean, they had kind of a warm-up game, and before that they were on a bye. So plenty of rest for the Ravens. The Steelers.
And they got revenge. They should have won in Pittsburgh.
Yep. They should have won in Pittsburgh.
They should have won that game. You missed 2 field goals and you missed a 2-point conversion. The 2-point conversion doesn't come into play if you hit your field goals.
Yep.
Doesn't come into play.
Yep. November 17th, 16-18 loss. And teams have been kind of putting points up on the Steelers a little bit. The Bengals put 38 points on them, and the Eagles put 27 on them. Do you like the Ravens to be able to score here? I mean, Ravens' offense has been humming.
I think they score. And again, this line on Sunday morning before the game's played, I have them -4.5, and at a -5.
Ravens -4.5.
And here we go. It's up to 7+.
Yep.
Why? I mean,
because of the TJ Watt injury, maybe.
I know what's his name's supposed to,
and the George Pickens injury. Yeah. Yep.
And they're talking about him being out. Okay. What?
I mean, this is they're playing for first place.
Yes. Baltimore has 5 losses.
Yep. Yeah. Dumb losses.
They are 9-5.
Yeah.
They're 9-5. They lost to Cleveland, the Raiders.
Yep.
The Pittsburgh loss should have been a win.
The Raiders loss was so stupid.
Philly was a bad game for them.
I'm mad because I had the Ravens in that game. They fucking lost to the freaking Gardner Minshew and the Raiders. They couldn't stop the Raiders' offense. Come on.
10-point lead home. And again, not only that, you are 5-4 in conference, and Pittsburgh is 7-2. You need a win based on. Just to make the playoffs. I mean, come on, you need some wins here.
Yep.
Get the win.
They get to 10-5.
And then even then you're not even the 1 seed. You're not even ahead of Pittsburgh because
Pittsburgh can lose this game and still keep the first.
Yes,
first
I mean they're 3. They'll both be 3-2, but the conference record. I mean, you're 8-3, they're 8. The Pirates. The Steelers will be 7-3, and you'll be 6-4.
Yep. Do you still like Ravens at -7?
I do.
I think I like this game to go over, but I think the Ravens are going to be doing most of the scoring. I know.
I mean, we talked about everything. Like, let's I think it was like, you got to look at Pitt. They're off their whole second half schedule. I mean, they have here we go. Besides playing, they end in Cincinnati, Kansas City, the Ravens. Then they had Cleveland before this.
Yep.
I mean,
Kansas City on Christmas, home versus the Chiefs.
Look at the second half schedule. Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincy, Cleveland, Philly, Baltimore, KC, and Cincinnati. People thought they were going to steal a 1 seed. Oh, hey, man, Kansas City's got to go there and play a 1 seed. Yeah. These guys might be a 6 seed now.
Yep. Baltimore last 2 games at Houston and then finishing up at home versus Cleveland. All right, so total, you like the over here?
Yeah, I'd lean on
I like the over too. Yep, Ravens and the over here. We got the Commanders and Eagles next. So the Commanders are 9-5, Sean. It's same record as the Ravens.
Yeah, I like the Eagles here. I do. I mean, I'd watched them last week, and I had them at 3.5 before the injury. But I didn't care about that because I thought they were going to win by 10 anyway. Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Dirty Reg, one of your guys?
No. I never see Dirty Reg. But you can't bet.
Welcome to the show, DR 22.
They were a team. I'm thinking you're coming out of a bye week.
Yep.
You're in a playoff hunt, and again, you have a rookie quarterback. So it's like, you know what? I got a December bye week where I work on what I think's not working for him or his mistakes, right? So it's a perfect tune-up for a young guy. And you're playing a bad Saints team, and then we get a backup quarterback to boot. You get up 17-0 and nearly lose. Now you lost on a bonehead play; should never have gotten there. But you're going for 50-some yard field goals on the road to let a team possibly beat you, which almost happened. Where if you punt it away, at least they got to go 75 yards instead of 50 yards. I just Philly right now is playing really good.
They haven't lost since at the Buccaneers week 4.
They're I mean, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in a row.
10 straight wins.
10 in a row. I mean, I'm not looking to get in front of that train.
Yep. Commanders have not clinched a playoff spot yet. They're 9-5 and still in the hunt. Now the Eagles have played themselves into a three-way tie with the Vikings and Lions for the number 1 overall seed in the NFC.
And I'll tell you what, the Lions, you got
this game means a lot for both of them. Yeah, Lions are so injured. They're signing guys off the street to play against the Bears in their defense.
They got some problems on defense.
Yep. Let's see. So still Eagles -3.5 on the road at the Commanders. Last time they played a 26-18 win at home versus the Commanders. The total sitting at 45.5. I think this this feels like an under to me. Both these teams play at a slow pace. They both like to run
the ball.
Yep. And the Eagles defense is playing at a very high level. Give me the Eagles and the under 45.5.
They're kind of synced now, man. They had new coordinators come in, a little sketchy out of the gate. Like, how are we going to be? It took them a little while to kind of get in sync. And AJ Brown's complaining, but I mean, who cares, bro? We're winning games. What are you doing? You got a bounce attack. And you said for them, under 43, under 45, under 50, over 48, but again, under 49, under 45. They've been on an under run the last 6 games. I mean, what's that? 3? Yeah, 6 games. 5-1 to the under. Here comes the defense.
Well. Yep.
And you're going to run the ball. When you're going to run the ball, unless Barkley's busting out for 55 yards every once in a while, that clock's going to keep turning and turning and turning.
Yeah, Philadelphia has won 6 of the last 7 in this series. Of course, the Commanders have struggled the past 6 years. First time
Come on.
they've been good in a while. But,
I know we like to say, oh, they've owned this. Let's go back and look at these matchups.
Yeah, Ralph Michaels will tell you since 1994.
I mean, let's see who the quarterbacks were here.
Do you know Ralph?
Washington.
Do you know Ralph Michaels?
I didn't know him personally. No,
Okay.
I don't know.
You know who I'm talking about, though, right? He's always like,
well, I mean, a lot of those guys, like,
Ross.
So
Ross Benjamin always has the stats going back to
Mark
1982.
They go to the database, they roll them out.
They roll it out.
So you've beaten Daniels this year. Last year was Sam Howell. 34-31 was against. You got Sam Howell twice last year. You played him.
Yeah.
Before that, we got a Taylor Heineke sighting. Okay, Taylor Heineke. All right, that's another quarterback. Then he had a win.
Yeah.
Then we got a Heineke. Who's that? So we got a Hurts sighting here.
Yep. 7 of the last 22 games for the Eagles have gone under.
That's it. I mean, look at who they're beating. I mean,
yeah. Give me the under.
Garrett Gilbert. You beat Garrett Gilbert. Where's Garrett Gilbert right now?
Right.
They rolled out Garrett Gilbert started the game at 30-something years old. You really want to roll into that? I can't do it.
Yep. Eagles and the under for both Sean and I. We'll get to your Lions, Bears here. I love the Lions either first quarter, first half, whatever I can get. The Bears start so slow, Sean. They can't score. They've been shut out the past 3 games in the first half. What are your thoughts? I know to me, I think the over is a good play here. Like, Lions are banged up on the defense. I think the Bears can put some points up. The Bears defense has been struggling. There are a lot of injuries on Bears defense. Lions can put points up. What do you think about over 47?
You say the Lions can put points up. 12, 13, 20, 27, 19, 3, 9, 15. When are they putting points up? Against Jacksonville and Carolina? Okay. Is Detroit, Jacksonville, and Carolina?
Look at that.
That's when they put up 35 and 36 points. They needed 6 games to match that total. I don't want to know. I like the 6.5. What are we doing here? You're telling me every person in the world saying Detroit's going to win by a touchdown. Detroit by a touchdown? That's all I hear in my head. That's it. I got my little organ grinder, little monkey, and it's all Lions fans going, we just got to win by a touchdown. This is easy. Easy.
The Bears have played historically. They played decent against the Lions.
I mean, you should have won Thanksgiving.
Yep.
You beat them in the last meeting last year.
Yep.
31-26. So I mean, 41-10, 31-10, or 31-30, 16-14, 24-14.
That was the tank year.
Yep. As much as we say you can't really go into depth of those because who's quarterback, stuff like that.
You get the Lions outdoors too, off the track.
You're outside. You're off of. Let's be honest. You're off a bad loss. You were favored in that game. You were not in the game at any point. It might look like it wasn't close any time in that game. When it was 0-0, I guess it was close when it started.
Yeah.
I like the Bears. I just figured it's an outside spot. Goff. I'm not a Goff outside kind of guy.
Yep. All right. Bears plus 6.5. I like the over here. I mean, no, but it is outdoors. Lions do like to run, but of course their main guy who runs the ball, Montgomery, is out for the season. But you're right though. This teams will be running the ball. And whenever I bet on the Bears, they screw me. So if I bet against them or on them, it doesn't matter. So, but last week I had Vikings minus the points in the first half. It was not even close. So I like the Lions in the first half minus the points, but I lean toward an over. I think there'll be some points. 47.
Yeah, to me, I don't know. If there's points, what is it going to be? 28-13. You're not getting close to. I mean, you need a 50 spot here. You say both
20,
of these
28-20, 28-24.
You think somebody's getting close to 30? You think Detroit scores 30 here on the road?
Yeah. No play then.
I'm not looking at an over. I mean,
no. I'm just like looking at injuries on both these defenses. They are so banged up, both of them.
I mean, again, you're looking at a bunch of questionables on a Friday night. That's all.
Yep.
You can't do that. And again, that's baked in here. They know who's hurt. They have an idea who's going to be playing or not.
All right. That's why we
say, Goff's not playing. Then there'll be something drastic. Anybody else, it's not. Unless 6 guys from the offensive line and some go out.
What do you think about Bears plus the points in the second half? I don't know if there won't be a second half line out, right?
No, all right, out.
Yep. So
how can I say that? I don't know how the game's playing.
No, I know.
It could be 34-0 and look absolutely dead in the water because they quit. Do you want to bet on because they're getting 6.5 points? Like think, we can make it a game because it's going to be 41-14 instead of it's 34-0, and Detroit's just going to score 1 touchdown and you'll score 2. I'm not looking to bet on a team like that.
I just the Bears seem to play a lot better in the second half. Maybe a live bet is what I'm trying to say.
Maybe you're just a fan of the Bears.
Very
what I had to go through on Twitter today. I went back to my little bookmark here on
I know, right?
People are like, why are you picking on me? I said, listen, man, I'm just coming back at Christmas to say hello.
There is a line plus 3.5 second half for Bears right now.
You really want 3.5 right now?
No, I would say wait and live bet.
Yeah.
But all right. So and Sean likes the under. I'm not gonna go against him because he's a million times sharper than me. Vikings -3.
It's still lose, Tooch. I'm just saying that it's not. The way they're playing. I'm not looking for them to all of a sudden have a outbreak at home. I thought they'd maybe compete against the Niners last week.
I forgot. I remember. There's a story. Someone would say, "Don't waste your money betting on bad teams to win." Yeah. Don't bet on the good teams. That's why I guess I like betting favorites. But what do you like? I like the Vikings. I like the Vikings in this one. I think three is a fair number. Catching them at a good time. And Seattle's banged up.
Exactly. So this is one where it's where is the QB?
Yep.
Right. What's the Geno Smith thing? Because I took a Vikings 2. I'm like he got hurt. I'm like. Is he coming back? I don't care. I'll take the Vikings.
The Vikings have ripped off 7 in a row.
And here they are now at 12-2, right there.
Got a chance to win this division. Yep.
So is this the same thing I said last week here? And last week I had that game pegged. Green Bay in the first quarter is going to get out 10-0 lead or something, 14-0. That happened. Seattle quarterback gets hurt and then changes things up.
Yep.
Now, Hal's had a week here to play. Practice, get his stuff in there. I just didn't like the play call. Like you got a guy in there and you're not running the ball at all. You're throwing, little short passes. And again, throw the ball. I get it. I'm just confused here. I want to take Seattle because I'm getting 3 at home. Seattle's a tough place to play. All right, Dirty Reg. Thank you. But on the flip side of it, the Vikings, people will make fun of Vikings like they're a bad team. I'm sorry. Have you seen the Vikings this year? Who's their loss to? They lost to the Lions, and then on a short week, the Rams got them. And the Rams are just getting their, that was the spot for the Rams because I think we talked about nobody was playing for the Rams, right? They were still out, or was that their first game back with Nakua and Cup? I think it was their first game back.
First game back. Yep.
Yeah. So that was a Ram play on. That was perfect. Yep. You're off a huge rivalry game, and you go on the road as a favorite. Other than that, you're taking care of business. I mean, maybe, they don't look good. They beat Jacksonville 12-7. Okay, this is the kind of crap I'm talking about, like SEC kind of odds. Like, you can't have a bad game? All right, then we had a tough game.
Yep.
Can't win them all in blowout fashion.
What do you think about his Bears team total under 20?
Yes.
I don't hate it. I actually kind of like it now, yeah.
I mean, I like the Bears at points. It's 6.5. This seems low.
Yep.
Seems low for a bad team. But if I'm not covering 6.5, your 20 is golden. You know?
Yep. So Vikings for you -3. They're clearly the better team. Seahawks have been playing well. They've been doing it with smoke and mirrors, though.
That's the
defense. They're all defense.
You got Green Bay on deck for these guys.
For the Seahawks, yep. Right?
For the Vikings. For the Vikings.
Okay. Look ahead spot for the Vikings.
They got it feeling pretty good. Like, wow, look at this. We got, Detroit's kind of banged up. We win here, and then we take care of business at home. Like, you got Green Bay at home. You beat Green Bay on the road, you should beat them at home. But Green Bay's thinking it's a rival. We usually split versus rivals.
Yep.
I do like Mini and shorter than, like I said, I got the 2. I would have rather laid on 130 if it was out there at the beginning of the week. But,
money line minus 130.
Yeah, I'd rather do that. But now it's, at 3, you're talking like today's money line is like 160s or something. Yeah, ridiculous. The old days, this would be a 140, but they jack it up.
Yep. I like the under in this game too. Yeah. I don't think the Seahawks. Both these teams have fairly good defenses. Seahawks defense have to play out of their minds to win. I like the Vikings a lot here. I think the Vikings, Aaron Jones and Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, those guys are tough to stop. All three of them. Hawkinson, man. Yeah, give me the Vikings. Team. Yeah, they got a good team. DK Metcalf's got a shoulder injury. Geno Smith's got a knee injury. Full participation practice for Geno today, though. But give me the Vikings and the under in this one, man.
I was.
49ers still alive, Sean?
Not in my book, bro. I've written these guys off all season. All season I've said about fading the Niners. I got the Dolphins. I like the Dolphins here. Okay. And they got their own problem. I don't know what's kind of internally going on with them. But I still like them at home. The Niners, Trent Williams hurts.
I'm on the under here.
A bad game last week for Miami. I was like, what is that about? I liked Miami last week. It was just
neither of these teams have been putting big points up, man. The 49ers got well against the Bears, but it's the Bears. Dolphins have not put up big points like they were used to. Niners, I think they're healthier now, but
yeah. So you got they're off a 20-12 game, which was terrible. But before that, they beat
12-6 against the Rams last Thursday, right?
Oh, that was the Niner game. I'm talking Miami.
Okay, the Dolphins.
So that was 20-12 last week, but they beat the Jets was 32-26. The Green Bay debacle, where Tua still threw for 360 yards, couldn't get any end zone. 34-34, 23-27, 27. The points have been there in 5 of those games. Even the Green Bay game, he scored 17 on the road versus a pretty good team.
Yep.
Last week's game was just bad. But again, it was, road spot. You're home. The Niners, at least they helped the Niners by giving them a 4:00 start here. So at least they got that going for them. But like you said, they got good against the Bears. 12-6, 35-10, 38-10, 20-17. Where's the wins? Tampa Bay 23-20. Out of a bye week, you needed a blocked field goal to pull that one out. You edged a bad Dallas team, 30-24.
Yep.
You lost to Kansas City by 10. Kansas City beat you by 10. Kansas City beat you by 10
in Miami.
At home.
Yeah,
that was in San Fran.
Who's San Fran? What did I say? Miami.
Kansas City's beating teams by 10 points. Right, that's the joke. Because Kansas City has been so below average this year.
Yeah, yep.
It's a pick'em. The pick'em makes it seem like San Fran's a play, right? Like, why isn't Dolphins favored by a couple here? But I don't care. I'm in on Miami. I got a minus 104. I took them.
I like the under in this game.
Yeah, I want to hit the under. Why not?
Both teams run a lot. Both teams have fairly strong defenses.
Tooch.
Both teams have been bad on
38 versus the Bears, 6, 10, 10, and 17 are other 4 games.
Yep. We got healthy for a little bit, a little flash against the Bears, but after
the Niners are rolling out, I think, like a 5th or 6th string running back today.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? Who's the running back in this game?
Patrick Taylor. Yep, I don't know who he is either. Give me the under. Give me the under in this one. Buccaneers, Cowboys. Your Cowboys catching 3.5 at home, over under 48.5. I like the over in this one. Buccaneers have been playing out of their minds. They're peaking at the right time, Sean, the Buccaneers. The Cowboys and Cooper Rush has finally figured out how to unlock CeeDee Lamb. Rico Dowdle is playing pretty good. Both these teams are kind of banged up on defense still. Give me the over 48.5. I think this game feels like a 31-28 game.
I think this is like because I think everyone they'll relate this to the Cincinnati game where I said, "No, man, let's take an under in this one here." This is on. It looks real easy to just do. Cincinnati puts up 30 a game. Mm-hmm. Their defense is bad. Dallas will score a bunch of garbage points late. They'll put up 20. It'll be like
what was it, 26-20 or something like that in that game? Right?
it'll be 34-20 makes kind of sense. Seemed like that would be ideal. Same with this one.
You like the under here?
Yeah, I kind of like the under. It seems way too easy for the Bucks. And I like the Bucks to a team total 25.5, 26.5.
Yep. I actually looked at that for my free play. It was a Buccaneers team number, total. It's I like 25.5. I think the Bucks team
I like
total.
it. Even, but the other part is that you just dropped 41 on the Chargers on the road. It's like 2 road games back to back. Are you going to be that good? Yep. I still lean that way because I'm I feel about Dallas. I said beginning of the year, under for wins, offensive line problems, running back problems. Listen, last couple. I mean, Dowdle's turned on like the last 4 weeks. 149, 131, 112, 86 yards. I mean, good for him. Good for him. He's got a chance. But this is Dallas. They did this with Tony Pollard, and all of a sudden they think, oh, we got a future running back now, and they'll do something stupid thinking they have a real running back on their hands when it's, you're losing games and teams don't care that you're getting a bunch of yardage and while you're losing.
I don't know if Willis Towers is up after us, but Dirty Reg likes the Bucks to cover the spread here.
Oh, easiest spot on the board. Listen, Dirty Reg. You start saying stuff like this.
Against this Cowboys, oh man! I like the Buccaneers team total for me is the play I think.
Yeah, I like the team total.
Baker Mayfield, yep.
Now I'm worried though. I see easiest thing on the board. I don't want to get involved in anything that's easy.
They are peaking at the right time though. What do I say? We give away some free plays. It's about 7:00, and then we'll get out of here, Sean. All right. Let's go. Remember to sign up for VIP service, Anthony, Sean, or myself, and sign up with Sean at winningfreepicks.com.
There you go. Number one in college football and college hoops on the site there.
Unreal.
About 50 guys.
Man, your advice has been fantastic for me this year. I've been having a pretty one of my better years just following your advice on the show and just through our text messages, everything.
You've come to grips with you don't have to lay 37 in college basketball.
I knew New Orleans is bad. I took Texas in the basketball game. They covered it. That was the one I really liked.
Yes,
but I don't normally do that though.
It's not your whole ticket though.
No, I know. It won though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you can't just keep doing those. Those are
that means you didn't play it.
Because I'm not playing those things. Those I just bypass. Anything like 24 more, I just even move past them.
I know
that the thing is though.
You know why I gave that one out is because New Orleans is one of the worst teams in college basketball, and Texas loves to run and they love to put the hurt on the other teams. So they will run the score up. That's the only reason I took that one.
You're not a fan of the Pioneers, the Privateers.
The Privateers. No, I mean, I bet them a long time ago when they had an actual decent team and they were able to put up 80 a game. Played a lot of overs with the Privateers. A couple few years back when they were, but now they're so bad. Let's go with some free plays here. We got if I can find it here. Sean likes the Packers Saints under 42.5. December 23rd doesn't like Spencer Rattler on Monday night. Yeah, I agree.
Listen, they were down 17-0. Should have never got in that game. Packers defense is good. Again, this is like when we took the Giants against these guys.
Yep.
Now, do I want to lay 14? No, but I don't see a lot of points being scored here for New Orleans outside, especially with a rookie quarterback. Forget about what you saw last week. Don't overreact. Green Bay's good. You want to do a Green Bay team total maybe? This game could easily be 24-6. It could be 46-6. Just Packers if you like the team total. Under though. I don't think the Saints score more than 10.
Let's see. I am on here. Let's see. I have Bengals minus 4.5 first half versus the Browns. Dorian Thompson-Robinson. So the Browns have not covered the spread in 15 of their last 21 in the first half. So they only covered six of their last 21 games and now they're starting Dorian Thompson-Robinson over Jameis Winston. Nick Chubb is out for the season. Give me Give me the Bengals minus 4.5. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. I'll take my chances. Chase Brown. A lot of explosive plays there from these guys. T. Higgins.
And Cleveland's since he can play,
can still make the playoffs. Right. Cleveland's playing for nothing.
No, you're home. Give the fans a Christmas gift. Beat up a bad team.
Yep, exactly. All right, Sean. I'll roll it here. Thanks again. I think Willis Towers coming up after us. I'm not sure. I don't see him in there, but we'll close it out. Sean, thanks again. We'll talk to you later.
You got it, Tooch. Take it easy.
Bud. Thanks.
Yeah, everybody.